What is going on, everyone? Rob here, and today we have some wild news. The new survivor that is going to be entering Dead by Daylight is now out on the PTB. That is out as of today. So go check out that PTB. I'll have a video in the link of how you can access that. Her name is Mikaela Reid, and she's a witch. Now, I thought eventually we would probably get like a witch character, but she's the survivor, not the killer. So this is interesting. Say, Mikaela is a young mystic able to alter the trial with supernatural abilities. Her personal perks are going to be Clairvoyance, Boon, Circle of Healing, and Boon Shadowstep, which allow her to oversee the area while creating places of refuge. So this theme, they're going to be introducing a new concept called boons. Boons are effectively going to be like hex totems, except for the survivor instead of for the killer. Let's take a look. Her first perk, Clairvoyance, is sort of an aura reveal perk. Now, once you cleanse a totem, this perk is activated. Now, when empty-handed, meaning I don't believe you can have an item. I believe you have to have no item in your hand to activate this ability. But you hold the ability button, and it unlocks your full aura potential. So for up to 8 seconds, you see the auras of exit gate switches, generators, hooks, and chests within a 64-meter range. This is kind of like a key effect. Now, it's cool because based on the expression for up to 8 seconds, I assume this is something that you can turn on and turn off, similar to a key or a map. I'll make sure to do some playtesting to confirm that. But effectively, it'll help you see all of the things that are in the nearby area. Now, this will be very helpful for new players who might not know the map very well. This could be helpful for finding out which generators remain. It's an interesting perk. I like the concept. I do want to say, this won't be a meta perk, really, at all. Maybe if you want to find chests, it's helpful, but I still think Plunderer's Instinct is better. Cool perk, cool concept. Not going to be super meta. You might be able to use it and have some fun, specifically finding exit gate switches. That's pretty cool. Sometimes you get to that end game and you forget where the exit gates are, but really I don't think this is going to have much practical use. I think it's just a cool thing that maybe you can use just to give you some information. There are better perks out there, but cool concept. And has totem interaction, which will be relevant. Let's see what's next. Next up, we have Boon Circle of Healing. This is a cool one. Press and hold the ability button near a doll or hex totem to bless it and create a boon totem. Soft chimes ring out in a 28-meter range. Any survivors within the boon's totem range gain a 90%. I assume at level 3 this will be 100%. Healing speed bonus and can heal themselves without needing a med kit. So this is crazy. Basically, once you activate this boon, any survivor within a 28-meter range can self-heal and at double healing speed. This is nuts. You could basically create an area of the map where all survivors will have a sped-up self-care. This is really cool. This is really, really cool. It's almost like an area of effect medkit that the survivors can all use as a team. So this perk, I suspect, is going to be insane with Survive with Friends and specifically with comms, because you can create an area of the map that doesn't have other objectives that maybe the killer doesn't want to go to, and all of the survivors can just self-heal at a very, very quick rate. This is going to be a pain in the butt for killers to deal with against well-coordinated survivors. Now, I will say I don't understand exactly how the activation works just yet. Doll Totem makes sense. I'm unclear about how Hex Totem works. If you cleanse the Hex Totem, it's just gone and it becomes a Boon Totem, and then the killer can get rid of the Boon Totem, but they can't get back their Hex Totem? That seems a little bit favoring survivors there, because you delete the Hex Totem, you replace it with a boon, and then the killer, the 1 versus the 4, the 1 has to then go and destroy individual boon totems to get rid of this strong effect. Yeah, I don't know. I'm also not sure how boon totems are going to work with regards to once a killer destroys him, is that totem just gone? I suspect it will be. I suspect that hexes will, when they're cleansed, they're gone, and then boon totems, when you create them, when the killer interacts with them, I suspect then they'll be gone and the totem will be dead, if you will. So we'll see. We'll play around with that. Boon totems are going to be very interesting. We don't have a lot of information on them right now. We'll get more of that, but this perk is insane. Basically giving survivors a really cool area to speed heal. Depending how easy it is for killers to remove these totems will determine whether or not it's truly viable, but this effect is very powerful and very impactful. And finally, Boon Shadowstep. This is another really cool concept. A boon that conceals the truth. Press and hold the ability button near a doll or hex totem to bless it and create a boon totem. Soft chimes ring out in a 28-meter range. So far, same as the other one. Any survivors within the boon totem's range will have their scratch marks and auras hidden to the killer. This effect lingers for 2 seconds after leaving the boon totem's range. And of course, you can only bless one totem at a time, and all equipped boon perks are active on your boon totem. So this is super cool, especially when combined with the other boon totem. You create an area where the killer will have a really bad issue with tracking you, especially for indoor maps. Maps where you can't get line of sight. This will be really, really strong for when the killer first tries to chase someone. This also will be a really good counter to barbecue and chili. For example, the killer hooks someone across the map, and then they look for barbecue and chili. If you've activated this Boon Shadowstep totem nearby your generator, the killer won't know where you are. So this is a really, really strong counter to barbecue and chili. Previously, distortion was really the only counter. So I'm excited to see this. The aura block is super cool. The scratch mark effect is super cool. Only thing that I have against this that I think balances it and really brings it back down to earth is the fact that, again, our understanding is that killers will be able to interact with boon totems and they will be able to break boon totems, which means that if you're chasing someone and they get away with scratch marks, that's really unfortunate, but you'll be able to then break the boon totem, and hopefully that is a permanent break and you won't have to do it again in that area. So I can see these things getting really annoying for killers, but I love them as perk effects. I think they're really cool, and their synergy is a lot of fun. So if you think about it, if you run her adept build, you cleanse a totem, you have a lot of aura information about things that are nearby you. I'm unsure if cleansing is different from blessing, and that if you cleanse a totem and break it, you then can't bless it. There's a lot of things we have to figure out there through playtesting, but Circle of Healing, you can heal yourself really quickly without assistance, without a med kit, inside of your boon radius, and then Boon Shadowstep make it really hard for the killer to track you and find you. Maybe you escape, and then you are able to heal. So whether or not these perks are extremely strong will be determined by the killer interaction with boons. You have to remember it's a 1v4, so if the killer is wasting time trying to break these boon totems, I would guess it's probably a kick animation. That's good for survivors. It just depends how much time the survivors wasted setting it up, but usually that will be a good thing. I love the concept behind these. I think this is a really good way to freshen up the game, make totems more relevant, make other objectives more relevant. I love the concept of creating spaces where survivors have advantages. I do have some fears about the balance of them, but we'll see as things go on how strong or weak these boon totems end up being. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.